This here's from Megan's Mole, May 2025. She's keeping the speculation alive about Megan's, well, let's just say, little bump. Why is Meghan Markle pushing the narrative that she gave birth to the surrogate born children? Does she really think if she continues to repeat this lie, it will magically become true? Meghan never gave birth to Archie or Lily. That's a fact. I don't know for sure, but I've definitely got my doubts. This post already has well over 100,000 views, over 200 comments, so let's see what people are still saying here. And the sad fact is, I'm not sure if we'll ever get to know. I mean, one simple DNA test could clear it up. We shall see. Jamben says, I don't believe they used the surrogate. If so, then why have we seen so many different versions of the children? They have no children. Megan's Mole says, you think there's no Archie? I've always been of that opinion. There's an Archie but no Lily, but not birthed by M. I'll give you a heart, Megan's Mole. Elaine says, if she was ever pregnant, she would have done a Demi Moore 100%, no just given birth pic of her holding baby in hospital. Not the best grammar, but okay, I get the point. Plus, all the photos of the kids' heads shown are all different kids. Megan's Mole says 100%. She would have done a photo shoot. Megan would never shut up about it. The fact she doesn't mention anything's very telling. Yeah, when I talk about this, I gotta remind people I've pretty much been through 5 pregnancies pretty close up. So I'm not just some dude speculating behind the screen who's like totally removed. I've really been there. Day to day, nights, mornings, everything. And when I see Megan move and stuff like that, get up and down, it just doesn't look like the way the pregnancies I saw were. Generally, when someone gets up who's pregnant, they're slow, they use their arms, they're careful. It's kind of like this little slow motion thing when they sit down. Megan just kind of gets up, gets down. She's, in her high heels. She's walking all over. It just didn't quite feel normal. As far as talking about it after, not really. Everyone's different and what they want to tell their spouse and this and that, but yeah, there wasn't much complaining or that was so terrible or I was traumatized. Everything just went very smooth 5 times in a row. Anyway, that's my personal opinion. You know very well that Megan gave birth. It's Kate with the plastic bump you're thinking of. Okay. But why did it look like she had put on weight after Archie's birth? And on Oprah, I also believe it was a surrogate, but the weight gain made me unsure. Here's another thing about weight gain. Like I said, living together and very close up pretty much through 5 pregnancies, weight gain is on you. It depends on your diet, your sleep patterns, and how much you exercise after the pregnancy. So the women I'm talking about gained almost nothing. But they could have. If they said, oh, we're pregnant, we're going to eat Ben & Jerry's and Starbucks and potato chips because, oh, we're pregnant anyway, they would have gained weight. But they didn't. They have a very high vegetable, fish, and rice diet, and the weight just does not come on because weight's mostly about food intake. I'm trying to think honestly, and I'm actually pretty strict on weight as far as like attraction level, and there just was not much weight gain in my cases. So I think that's just kind of a barometer people throw out there that doesn't actually have as much weight as people give it. Because it's her only hope of a large divorce settlement. Without that link, Harry can drop her with a smaller settlement. If it's proved those children have no biological link to Meghan, not even her eggs used by a surrogate, she is lost. That's true. You know what? I guess I don't trust Harry, man. He seems like a little bit of a low intelligence bloke. But if I was Harry, what I would do is I'd get DNA tests right now. Now, if he knows, which he probably does, and he wants to just keep it that way and he's cool with it for now, he's got to be thinking in the future, if she leaves me, I'm going to want this proof on my side that they are not my kids. So when it goes to court, like this person said, he'll keep as much as he can. I just don't trust Harry's low intelligence, so probably he won't do it. Not one pic of her holding a baby directly after giving birth. Yeah, that's true too. But like I said, in my case, that's just not what happened. It's not what we wanted to do. I'm not in the States. Maybe things are done different there. Maybe more people around with cameras and stuff. But where I am, it's just really private. Just the doctor, the nurse, whatever. have it come out safe. Everyone, changes and moves out of the room and cools down. Then the family comes in. But yeah, no fresh pictures in the hospital, really looking like disheveled and like you've really gone through something. And this person says, this photo again, look where the arrow points. It clearly shows the roundness of the strap on. If it were real pregnancy, it would blend into her pubic bones. This looks like a beach ball. Yeah, I tend to agree. It looks very round there, man. Yeah, I tend to agree. It just doesn't look like it's naturally shaping up. Right, then someone posts this one. Anyway, on the next two, maybe give me a follow. Not the subject I enjoy talking about the most, but I think it's important, and it's something I'm pretty curious about to see if it's a big lie or not. If you don't subscribe to the channel, I'll be sad, but I'll get over it. See you next time.